Greetings to you all, and if you're a saint, I bid you shalom. Welcome to the broadcast. I'm sitting in my vehicle, as you can see, so let me know whether you hear me clearly, please. I need to speak to Barrett Jagdeo, as I normally would, and in a manner that requires my speaking to him the way I would today. This continues to be my addressing or giving redress to this matter of Kaki Amsterdam and other male Guyanese who are of African descent or who are Africans. Some of them are Hebrew, they just don't know who they are. But us being described as Negro and the Kaki Amsterdam situation where he's before the court, and Barrett held a press conference, and at that press conference he was asked by, according to the reporter from Guyana Chronicle, and I'm not surprised by that, asked Barrett about the Kaki matter. I want Guyanese to hear how this man, well, not Guyanese, all across the board. I need the PPP supporters who are offended when I tell you all, and when a man told you that you're mentally lazy, you are inherently intellectually daft. You are intellectual dwarfs for the greater part. There is no normal thinking Guyanese who would support Barrett Jagdeo, or who would spend 5 minutes listening to him and think and say he's a smart man. Smart at doing what? This man is paid $2 million a month, the exact pension that Granger gets, Jagdeo gets. And they're living a lavish, healthy lifestyle. He said it when the girl from Vice News asked him about Sue. He said Sue rents one of his buildings. So he has more than one. And they only rented for $200,000 a month. So these men are living the life, and at this time he's sitting around here making all kinds of decisions and having press conferences as though he could speak more than your finale. Can you hear me clearly? Let me know whether you hear me clearly, please. Is it good? Or should I? Yeah. Let's see. Let me disconnect. All clear. Thank you so much, baby. So Barrett held a press conference. At that press conference, he was asked, of course, to address this matter that's not before the court, with Kaki Amsterdam. This creature had the nerve to say that somebody had said something about executing Granger, and there was this huge commission of inquiry launched, and Barrett said that police officers even lost their jobs. He then argued that the PPP is not like that, in reference to this Kaki situation, where someone called into Kadaki's program. Kaki didn't call. Kaki was hosting a program. Someone called into the program, we yet to know who this person is. And I'm beginning to think it's someone from the PPP's camp who was set up to do this. Someone called into this program because given our cybercrime law, anybody, this president is sitting here, anybody could pick up a phone. Even my worst enemy could today type on this page here, we need to cut off Barrett head, we need to cut off Anil head, we need to cut off Irfan head, and Guyana be better. If they type that on this program while I'm here, I'll be arrested. According to Barrett's reasoning. Not the person who types it. Because I started a broadcast, the police officers in this country, you people, some of y'all, need to honestly leave the force, as he called it, the force, and join the force of nature, which is common sense, reasoning, humanity, humanness, wisdom, understanding, rationalism. Because something is rationality, something is wrong with you people. Some of you. How does it make sense to you that I could be here broadcasting now? Someone can come onto my broadcast and type while I'm talking now. We need to cut off Barrett head. You need to cut off Anil head. Cut off Irfan head. Put it on some stakes around Georgetown. And Guyana be a better place. And they'll arrest me because I started the broadcast. Hence, I am encouraging people to cut off their heads. You mean to tell me the policemen, some of y'all would honestly do that? I don't care which rank the order comes from. You will honestly allow yourselves to do something like that? Huh? So the person who started the broadcast is a threat. Not the one who said that they should chop off Barrett head and whoever is. No, the one who started the broadcast is a threat. And you PPP supporters will support Jagdeo. Jagdeo needs to be out of Guyana, in exile somewhere, or Jagdeo needs to be in a jail cell in the darkest dungeon for being treasonous. I told you that when he said that he would make Guyana ungovernable, if Granger sworn as president, he should have been in jail for the rest of his life. Because if you threaten the well-being of your state, you need to be in jail because you have the ability to influence people. When he said that he, not the people of Guyana, he was considering giving Venezuela a path, a maritime path to whatever it was, you should have been in jail and you should be tried for treason, and according to the law of Guyana, you should be put to death. Because I don't know that you have any power to tell people that you could give in my country or part of my country. And this creature had the nerve to sit before the media, including the one we own. Jagdeo, the PP doesn't own Guyana Chronicle. We, the Guyanese, own it. The state media, we own it. And this man sat there and had the gall to say that Granger and others, they rushed to the police, rushed to launch this commission of inquiry, and policemen lost their job. But they're not doing that. In this case, the police didn't go, the PPP is not like Apnea FC. The PPP didn't go to all of that. All they did was arrest Kaki Amsterdam. And Jagdeo actually sat there. I swear, I promise you, he sat there thinking that what he said was honest, truthful, and wise. He believed with all of his heart that he made such an intellectually sound statement. Barrett, let me disappoint you for a second. What happens around you? And I think you know that. You just want to admit it. Many people sit around because they know that you're the one who calls all the shots in reference to who gets what in this country. Most of the time. If not all the time, in reference to big contracts and stuff. So they know that if they suck up to you, regardless of how stupid you are, in reference to the things you say, they know that it'll be said. Because nobody with common sense, who has any degree of dignity and self-worth, would ever support you. Imagine you would sit before the nation and nations of the world, being streamed across the world now, and you would suggest that Kaki had to be arrested because Kaki hosted a program on which somebody called in to say that you and others should be killed. And you're not like Apnu AFC in that you didn't launch any major commission of inquiry. You just arrested Kaki. The police just arrested Kaki, and that shows you different. You're different because you know. I'm beginning to reason now that it seems as if you know that if the police were to launch an investigation as they did then, who would be before the court and who would be exposed for having somebody call in a program, call into Kaki to set him up. That's my reasoning. That's my view. Because I cannot see, Barrett Jagdeo, that you are possessor of any degree of wisdom to suggest that the people who support you and those who ask you the question, that you see sense in the police arresting the man who hosted the program and not the one who called in to say you should be killed. It is more dangerous to you in your reasoning, Barrett, based on this, what you want to present to the people in this country. That is more dangerous for Kaki to host a show than for somebody to call and say they should kill you. And people support you. People actually look up to you or support you in any way at any time, preacher man. Huh? How could people living in their right mind support somebody who reasons in such a stupid, asinine, juvenile, moronic manner? How do people support you? I'm being very honest here. How can anyone in their right senses support you, given the way you reason? You are president of this country. 2 terms, and you want to serve a 3rd one. But you didn't get a chance to do it. And you're telling me that we're actually paying you all this money as taxpayers to reason the way you reason? I can see why your friend submits to you, honestly. I could see why Irfan has no problem looking up to you. How can you sit and tell people that the one who hosted the program, who didn't say anything, is a greater threat than the person who called to say that you should be killed and it should be killed, Irfan should be killed? Can it get more stupid than this? I thought Irfan was bad. But can it get worse than that? You don't know how to mask the stupidity that you display sometimes? Huh? You don't know how to at least tone it down at times, man? How can you in your right mind be paid my taxpayers' money and sit there and talk such garbage with a straight face? We demand that the police investigate who called. That's what I want. They must find who made that call to Kadaki's program, say that you should be killed, Irfan should be killed, and it should be killed, whoever it is. They must find that person. We demand that they find that person. Leave Kadaki alone. Find the person. Let's see if you could be as honest. Well, you can be. Upright, you cannot be. Decent, you cannot be. As you ought to be. We want you to find the person and do to them what you did to Kadaki, what you did to Kumo Wunse. You do worse to them than that. You show the whole country that you all don't play. Do that, please. And then Anil would say that if you, in this age, you have to have common sense and know that if you say certain things publicly, they essentially, I'm paraphrasing it, the repercussions. What did Kadaki say? What manner of donkeyism and jackassery you're displaying? What did Kadaki say? If I'm hosting a program, somebody calls my program and say, listen, somebody should chop off Anil's head. I said something. Are you people blinded or screened from being sensible here? From sensibleness and reasonableness? Huh? Have you become immune to reasoning and wisdom? I am calling on every Guyanese. If you are honest and you're truthful, demand that we know who called Kadaki. Not Kadaki. Demand that we, through the PPP's forceful arm, find out who called Kadaki. That's what we want to know. We know Kadaki hosted the program. We know Kadaki didn't say anything. We know when it was through, when the person said what they said, Kadaki said, of course, essentially, he's really not going down that road, so he dismissed himself from the statement. Yet you arrested him 2 months after. So we now want to know who made the call. We demand that you, the PPP, cause Hicken and others to expose who made the call. We demand the commission of inquiry. Because if we want to kill 4 of y'all or 3 of you, there needs to be an inquiry launched. So we demand to know who made that call to Kadaki and who and said they're going to kill y'all or they should kill y'all. We want to know that. Can you take that bait, Barrett? Huh? Don't forget that the PPP signed, or through Granger, but Granger I think it would have been. Granger I think it was, y'all. You have an agreement with Zuckerberg, with Facebook, I think other agencies where they could get into people's social media accounts for investigative purposes. Don't forget, don't think we forget. Don't think I've forgotten. Y'all have got agreements with Facebook, now Meta, where you can have them access people's accounts if you are investigating terrorism and etc. Now that's a terrorist statement. That's a statement of terrorism. If somebody threatened to kill the president, kill you, kill Anil, I see this as being terrorist in its nature. So launch an investigation. Ask the Interpol. Ask the US to get involved in finding out who made this call. Get to Digicel. Get to GTT. Get to eNetworks and trace whoever called that program. Find it. And show all of us, Barrett, that you are not afraid of exposing who called Kaki. Because I am trying to give you a chance to show the world that you're not as stupid as you appear to be. To suggest to Guyanese who, most of us are highly sensible people. Most of us are not void of reasoning. And so quite a few of us can actually reason that something has to be really wrong with you for you to go after the host of the show who didn't say anything. And do not seek to find the caller. Find the caller. Find the caller. We want to know who called to say Irfan should have his head chopped off. We want to know that. Can you try that? Can you make that mistake, Barrett? You would sit before the media and you would justify Kaki Amsterdam being arrested and held for 48 hours or however long it was for sitting and hosting a program, and then your Attorney General, one who's paid to be Attorney General, Anil Nandalal, would suggest that in this day and age, we should have, those of us who are on social media, you all got to understand, according to Anil's reasoning, we need to understand here that if anybody calls into our program or anybody makes a comment in our show, we're responsible for it because we control their devices. If you are not, listen, according to the English dictionary, a jackass is an extremely stupid person. It's defined in the dictionary. According to the English dictionary, a jackass is an extremely, excessively stupid person. According to the English dictionary, a donkey is an extremely stupid person. That's the definition of it. But I believe among the PPP civic, you all got jacks and you have asses. It's not a combo. You all have disjointed the word. You've uncoupled the term. You all have jacks and you have asses. And every so often, very few of you have the combo. For Anil Nandalal to be paid $1.25 million per month of our taxpayers' money to sit there and suggest that whoever is in China, Russia, India, Barbados, wherever you are in this world, if you type on my broadcast while I'm doing this here that Anil should be killed, I am responsible because I started the broadcast. Since I could control what you do in your house. You are a combo with ketchup and a free soda. As we saying, and a free drink. You are a combo, y'all, with free ketchup, extra ketchup, and a free 2-liter drink, y'all. Free soda. You would not go after the caller. You'll go after the host. You will not go after the one who made the comment. You'll go after the host of the program. Because I control who types on the other side. You see these comments, Anil? And then you see all these comments in my broadcast here, I'm controlling who's typing it. That's how stupid you people are in reference to how you exhibit yourselves. You are a full-blown combo. You are a free combo. You don't have to pay for that. Free. They don't have to pay y'all. It is excessively stupid to suggest that someone on the other side who's typing is under my control. You know why you could do that? Because that's how the PPP function. That's how your trolls function. That is how you control your trolls. So you dogs know exactly how you function. You know that certain trolls have to do what you all tell them to do. That's it. So in your reasoning now, this is how the PPP functions. You have them in an office or on the phone, like Jagdeo told me when he went to Pope around. He said you all need to have social media accounts and you all need to defend the PPP and stuff. So that's how you function. You believe with all of your heart that everybody functions like the PPP trolls, where you tell them what to say and they have to say it. No. You are a combo that we don't even want to pay for. You are on the house. Y'all are a free combo. We don't have to pay. Whoever wants one, just pick it up. And you get a free 2-liter soda. I have never seen a group of people so daft, dense, decadent, absolutely stupid than y'all. Never have I seen that. And every time you open your mouth to talk about this Kaki situation, you make yourself look more stupid than ever. And this is not personal. I keep telling you all that. Once you represent me, I have an issue with y'all. Because you represent me. And I cannot detach myself from that. You called all across the world and labeled as minister and this, and you represent me. And if you represent me, then I have an issue when you make a representation of me to be what you are. Because if you're called a leader and you're so stupid, then everybody will think. Most people think, well, the rest of Ghana must be worse than y'all. Because if y'all could lead the country, what about those who are following? Well, I'm following y'all. I am not following you. I am just unfortunate to be under the administration, in reference to political administration, of multiple combos. Who have mastered jackassery and donkeyism. Y'all, when you go to my dictionary, you want to see jackassery, Ariel face will come up, Jagdeo face will come up, and Irfan will have 2 photographs. And then to reinforce the concept, or to give a further example, you see Priya sitting right in front. You see Priya behind a camera, behind a microphone, making a comment. About learning loss. That when you don't go to school, you lose learning. You are the most stupid. I thought Granger was a stupid man when he said that he doesn't have an issue with 2 adults consenting to bugger one another. I felt that was the most stupid thing a president could say. But y'all beat Granger. I thought Norton was bad when he said that if he goes out to protest, the PPP will put people among them and so they can't get... You may tell me you are leading the opposition. Leading 10,000 people and 5 people they could pay. Or 10. And that makes you can't go to protest? I thought it was a stupid statement. But boy, Barrett, you came with a vengeance. You got upset that they're outclassing you in terms of stupidity. So you decided you would jump up today. And you make yourself present whenever you held the press conference. Because nobody must outshine you. Even in reference to jackassery, you must not be outshone. So you step up to say that whoever made the phone call is not as dangerous as one who simply started the broadcast. Y'all are the... How could people support y'all? That's what I want to know. How could teachers support y'all? Gasper! Tell us all the truth as to why you would support the PPP. Tell us, Gasper. Lennox, tell us, please. I need to know. Because I know you. Not on that level, but I know you. You are known to me. And I want you to honestly alleviate all of my concerns and questions here. Please, Gasper, tell us, how could you support somebody so stupid? Tell us. Well, don't, you know, Miss Betty, you know you got to be a Betty Sancha. Do you want to tell us now? Because you're mighty quiet. Do you want to tell us, Sancha, how you could support this? Where your leader, the master puppeteer, is saying that Kaki hosting the show and saying nothing but killing anybody is more dangerous. Thank you for sharing, Mel. Kaki hosting the show is more dangerous than the man who called said that he should kill Barrett, I should kill Irfan, you should kill. I want Gasper and Sancha. To y'all. Jermaine Figuera. Come. I want y'all to speak to this now. Come and talk. Help us to understand, because you all are called leaders. But help us to understand how you could have somebody leading you and saying that someone who calls into a program is not the issue. Someone who calls to say they should kill Ali, kill Barrett, kill Irfan, cut off the heads, they're not the problem. The problem is Kaki who hosted the broadcast. Tell us, please. And look at you all. You would go and sit wherever you have to sit, looking Barrett's face as if he's saying the smartest thing in the world, because all that's in your mind is I gotta get paid. I have to get money after this. All that's in your head is that once Jagdeo gets through talking, we start signing. And we get a contract. Whoredom, whorish, whoring, prostitution, on steroids. You're a set of hookers. Because that's how hookers function. I promise you, a whore will never be a whore if she has what she needs in reference to finances or whatever. A whore will never be a whore if she is at a state in life that she wants to be. Never. So they would go and dip below their morals and certain values because they want to have money. So when y'all would go to the PPP and dip below your moral values and dip below your conscience to get money, you are a whore. Period. Male and female. It is the nature of whoredom, and you read the Bible, you'll see it. The essence of whoredom is when you are prepared to dip below your spiritual standard, your values, your morals, your principles, just to attain something that's gratification, that's gratifying. That is whoredom. And you have taxpayers' money being involved. Exactly, Johnny. Taxpayers' money being involved in dealing with this matter when the magistrate should chase you all out of the court. Huh? I should go sit on the bench. Let me chase Jagdeo like a dog. Get out of here! And any policeman who come before me such nonsense. You bring the man who hosted the program and not the one. And what's the complaint? What's the charge? He entertained or encouraged violence by hosting a program and saying that he's really not into that. Get from here! This is angering. And I am not going to die with this on my chest. Because I don't know when the minute will come for me to leave this earth. But I want y'all to know, the record must be here. It must be on record. That it was said by somebody. Y'all got the full cathedral crew. I don't care how much money the PPP. I don't care how much money the PPP has under their control. You could never get me, ever in my life, to make you cause me to be a public fool or a private one, to act and say such stupid things and support such a stupid person. Never! This matter where people are called Negroes warrants anger beyond what some of y'all could even imagine. Because you need to understand the historical aspect of it, which I shared before. But further to that, you need to understand who has no issue with me being called a Negro. The party that's called racist to the core, the People's Progressive Party. No, you need to change the name to the East Indian Progressive Party because you don't believe in progressive anybody else. Based on how the contracts are awarded in this country, you should change your name. Based on what you defend, you should definitely change your name. Because if you would see a man being labeled in this era as a Negro, and you would not say this is nonsense, it tells me that you're racist. The PPP is racist at its core. They are inherently racist. Y'all are not racists who could help themselves. And for those who are present and those who need to be in the classroom, on the slave plantations, the white men, the white dogs, because that's what you are if you're in a slave, another a human being, you're a dog. And those people had no issue. For some of y'all who thought, oh, well, Todd is around them. Phillips is vice president. That's Jagdeo's defense of not being racist, by the way. Phillips is vice president. Is first vice president. He doesn't even describe Phillips as first vice president. Right. Onish Waldron is here. Those of y'all, you see those of you? Let me bring it to the front. On the slave plantations, Africans were in master's house. Of course, you know they call house slaves. They were allowed into master's house, and they felt more important than the field slaves. They were prepared to snitch and tell on the field slaves when they're planning rebellion and revolt and escape, because they felt that master loved them more than anything else. Mark Phillips, Hugh Todd, Onish Waldron, Joe Hamilton, Edgil, if Jagdeo had to suggest that Courtney Ben is an example that they're not discriminating because Courtney Ben lost some contract with APNU on the APNU and they give, and Kwame you too. Well, I don't know how to call him Kwame. Well, your name is Kwame, so Kwame. But you said Courtney Ben got a contract. Well, can you tell us what happened to Courtney Ben's construction company now, please? See, Courtney should know that. Jagdeo used Courtney Ben as an example. A single name he called to say that we don't discriminate against Africans. Courtney Ben got a contract from us when he didn't get one from Apnesi. What happened to Courtney Ben's company? Can anybody please tell me here what has become of Courtney Ben's company when it compares to North and Sons, Nabi and Sons, Jagmahan? Do you see Linden? That the lights are being fixed in Linden, not by LUSCSL, not by LECI, but by a company that's out of Linden. Can we talk about that for a second, please? And not an African-owned company either. Those black ones, because you're not Africans, you black ones who sit there and accept this nonsense in the party, the house slaves were honored to lay on the floor and Master put his feet on their backs as a footrest. They were honored to know the master could put his foot on them. Because the field slaves weren't in master's house. And I could see y'all boasting that you have a Barrett's blessing. You could call Barrett anytime. You got Barrett's number. I could call Barrett anytime and you feel so important. You are a house slaves of a lower class. You know why? Because those Africans and Hebrews knew, you know what? If we don't do this, we'll be killed. Y'all are doing it for money. I have not spoken to, and I'm speaking to my experience here, I have never spoken to any PPP supporter who's an African. Never. Who has said to me that the cause for being there was not money or opportunity to get money. 100% of them, and I can call your name right here, 100% of y'all I talked to, it was about what you were going to receive from the PPP. And you don't understand receiving from yourself because it comes from the treasury. The PPP does not give you anything. What you get comes from the treasury. And you have to give the East Indian handlers of yours money. What happened to Asquith Hamilton's contract? Can you tell us, please? Questions are being asked. I have spoken to all of the 100% of those I've spoken to, and at any firm I could call your name if you want me to call it. You have spoken to what you are able to get in reference to economic gain. You said nothing about values. You said nothing about the fact that they stand up for your ethnic group better than APNU did. You said nothing about the fact that they fought, honestly fought, for you to be equal or have equity in reference to economics. You never said that. All of you that I spoke to told me that Barrett promised you something, or Edgil told you can get something. Even preachers told me that Edgil had a meeting with them. That's what they said. And that he promised them that if they could encourage the congregation to vote and so on, they'll get land to build the church and these things, and so they would encourage people. Even preachers did that. And when you could tell me that you could be a mother or a father, and the only focus you have is on how much money you can make from a group of racist hands, You are a hooker in reference to how you process and how you see things. It is whoredom. And can I ask you again? May I ask you again, please? To name 2. I started with 5. You can name 5. I started with 5. Let me come down to 2. Name 2 or even 1 African descendant in the PPP who Jagdeo has caused to be on his level or 1 tier below it. I dare you to do it. I dare the PPP, since they're not racist, to name 1 single one. In the local content arena, all of the major businesses that interact with ExxonMobil are Indian owned, are owned by East Indian people. And PP isn't racist. Every major position in this country, all, even in the public service, they're pushing East Indian people. That's a fact. When certain crimes are committed, nothing comes out of it. If there's an ethnic tone to the battle. So what do you, somebody's trying to call me. I hope you can hear me still. So what do you get? Remember when the boys stood up and said in New G that only a black man would pick up the $20? I would never forget that. Remember that? The Indian boy was on New G campus and so only a black man would pick up this money. Nobody else. John Smith, who's a black man, was heading the Ethnic Relations Commission. I and others had to raise hell over hell for them to call him in, and then he, of course, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean it, I have black friends. Remember that? The PPP didn't come out to condemn him. When the one during election time said that they should kill all the black people and poison us and all the rest of it, remember that? And then you see he was just upset with the Monroe Report issue. No, it was Queen Marcus time. And they should kill people and kill all the black people. Jagdeo didn't say that it should be arresting him and dealing with him because he threatened to kill black people. No, it took African descendants, 4 or 5 of them, to say, I'm trying to remember his name. Tell him that we know where he is. And when we see him, he can tell us the same thing. Oh, then he rushes, oh, he's sorry. He was just mad. So when he mad, he could say he killed black people. Jagdeo and Irfan didn't condemn that. I want you to see the track record. Anil did not condemn him. You all see the point yet? But when a caller calls into Kaki and says something, arrest Kaki. Okay, Kaki is arrested. So after that, the police labeled Kaki as a Negro. Anil did not condemn that. When the world knows that Negro is defined as an offensive term, Anil did not condemn that. Need I say more? Need I say more? When the young security officer complained that Nirvan Singh called her a black monkey, she lodged a complaint. She requested of the court to be heard and the matter to be tried and let the truth be told or the truth be determined by the court. Anil saw the DPP, Director of Public Prosecution, dismissing that and inserting herself into Nirvan Singh's thoughts to say he did not seek to in any way incite racial hostility. She knows. Ali Haq is so much of a genius that she knows prophetically what Nirvan Singh wanted to say based on the young lady's complaint. Anil did not condemn that. Jagdeo did not host a press conference to condemn that and to say this is wrong, let the matter be heard in court. No. When critics said that black people can't read, we don't like to read, if you want to hide anything from us, you repeated the statement, put it in a book. Yet, the person who did the calculations for outer space travel is black, who doesn't know to read, because no white man couldn't do it. The person who invented the mobile phone is a black person, because white man couldn't do it. The person who invented photocopying machine, the principle of it, is a black person. But we don't know to read. You have internet today because of a black person, not because of Al Gore's thoughts. But we don't know how to read. And we don't like reading. When they gave the mathematics competition the other day, it was a black person who won it. Nobody else. But we don't know to read, do we? And with all of this evidence of the irrefutable skill, intellect, and wisdom of Africans and Hebrew people, what do? You relegate our description to Negro, and then say for 180 years it was used and nobody had an issue with it. She was fired. I saw her letter that she was fired. I leave you. Jagdeo, I leave you with a challenge. Name or cause to be named the person who made the call. We want, as they say in Guyana, we want to see something. I want to see something. Let me speak my Guyanese vernacular. I want to see something, Barrett. I want to see something. Just let the police kick in. Because you know you could do it. Tell him, hey. Tell the country who made the call. You'll find out. Tell Blanham. Just as how you monitor my broadcasting, you are doing so now with Eve Leary. Just so you monitor my broadcasting, Eve Leary, and wherever else you monitor me. Monitor that. And cause through your cyber unit, you cause them, cyber monitoring unit, you cause them to find who called Kadaki's program and put his face all across the country. Let us see who did it. Come on, Bart, I know you could do that. You don't have to be afraid. I want to see something. Because when Critic said what he said, you didn't condemn Critic either. When you, Barrett, called Kaki an African woman, a man's wife, a lowlife, oh, I wish you would do that sometimes in my presence. And try it with my family. When you did that, Anna didn't condemn you. Priya didn't say a word. Nobody said anything. But when the teacher said Priya is a wild hog or a yard fowl, and we can pressure she, Mark Phillips arose to condemn. How could you do that? Because whenever the slaves spoke ill about Master, the free slaves, the houses said, you don't talk about Master like that. I tell Master, you can't do that. Master's a good Master. Master good Master. Master not bad Master. You bad, I tell Master. When the teachers told Priya, when Priya was with them and they were chanting that Nicolette is a yard fowl or wild hog or we can pressure she, it was Mark Phillips didn't come out to talk. But when the teachers years later went out and said Priya is a yard fowl or a wild hog, I don't know which one's the wild hog and who was the yard fowl, but Mark Phillips came out along with others to condemn the GTU's words. You can't do that. I am certain that you get the point. I am absolutely confident that those who are intellectually astute and who possess just some modicum, a small degree of common sense, you get the point. Anil is yet to come forward, as far as I'm aware, and furnish an apology to the entire African community. I didn't say African Guyanese. He's yet to approach us with an apology, at least one. Take note. Take note. I'm yet to see a statement from the Guyana Police Force, if there's one, please inform me of it, that says as of X date, they will never again refer to Africans as Negroes because it has been proven in the dictionary to be offensive. I haven't seen that either. If it's there, kudos. And I'm yet to see Barrett saying that he demands to know who made that call. It's interesting that Barrett would say the police are taking too long to act in arresting the likes of me and Kaki and others, but he couldn't say the police took too long to find the person who made the call. Barrett, you all are combos and steroids. Bye.